Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We begin with Juan Foyth as Barca will rekindle interest in the World Cup winning right back if they cannot sign Joao Cancelo permanently. We are going to discuss on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking on this other transfer report, claiming that Barca are keeping tabs on this 26-year-old pivot as a free transfer target for 2024. We are also going to be discussing on that. So as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Why Joao Cancelo is proving to be quite a coup for Barcelona. It must be noted that the Portuguese fullback has only arrived from Manchester City on loan, and if Barcelona fail to acquire him on a permanent transfer for financial reasons, they will make a move for Juan Foyth, according to a new report. Of course, the right back spot at Barcelona is going to be extremely vulnerable towards the end of the season. If Barca fail in their attempt to sign Cancelo, they will be in dire need of a replacement. For this very reason, the club has placed a high priority on strengthening the right side of the fence. If Cancelo retains his current performance level and Manchester City do not set exorbitant demands for his transfer, Xavi would enthusiastically opt to retain the Portuguese. Ever since signing for Barca, Cancelo has consistently demonstrated his importance and has been a mainstay in the lineup, playing almost 650 minutes across La Liga and the UEFA Champions League. Furthermore, his versatility to excel as a right back, left back, or even as a winger, coupled with his ability to operate effectively both on offensive and defensive positions, has rendered him an exceptional, valuable player. However, in the event that returning Cancelo becomes difficult for Barcelona, the club will need to revisit previous options such as Joan Foyth, who Xavi Hernandez holds in high regards. Although negotiations would be necessary and tricky with Villarreal. So it must be noted that Barcelona continuously chased Joan Foyth during the summer transfer window, but Villarreal communicated one clear message that in order to acquire his services, the team from Catalonia would have to shell out 54.6 million euros. For this very reason, Barcelona decided to end the pursuit, but it seems they have not lost sight of the Argentine after all. On the other hand, as a potential replacement, Julian Araujo, who is currently on loan with Las Palmas, could be a viable option, or promising young talents from the reserve team like Hector Ford could be promoted given that Sergi Roberto's continuation seems improbable. Of course, right back position that have always been headache for Barca. Finally, I would say we partially solved that by bringing in Joao Cancelo on loan from Man City, and of course, Barca are now scratching their heads as to how would they secure that position. Of course, it's no doubt that Barca will want to keep Joao Cancelo for the foreseeable future, considering his top class quality. But right now, we know the financial situation the club is going through, right? Because in the last couple of days, we have been talking about Barca trying to ensure that by next summer they can keep both Joao Felix and Joao Cancelo and sign them permanently. But will it be easy? That's the question. Will it be easy for the club to retain these two talented players on a long-term deal? Because those players are highly valuable players and it would take a lot of sacrifice for Barca to do just that. So this report comes now to say if Barca don't succeed in keeping Joao Cancelo, for instance, of course, which therefore means that there will be an emergency need for a new right back. Barca will turn their heads to Joan Foyth of Villarreal. Of course, this is not the first time we have been talking about this Argentine right back. He has been long linked with Barca. Xavi Hernandez remains a huge admirer of the player. And of course, the player is still late. So Barcelona are just trying to ensure that, they have a plan B in case we don't sign this player permanently. What are we going to do next? Because honestly, we need a right back. That's no question. If Joao Cancelo is not staying at Barca beyond the season, we will need a right back. Jules Koundé have already made it clear he won't continue as right back, and we have seen Koundé, for instance, being one of the best players this season. To be honest, playing at his natural centre back position, and of course, Barca are just preparing for the worst in case the club can't succeed to set up their finances in order to retain these two players. What next? Then on to the final story of discussion. Although we are still in the early part of the season, Barcelona have already started their preparations for the upcoming transfer windows. Despite an excellent summer transfer window, the club still lack depth in the team, especially in the midst of the ongoing injury crisis. With that in mind, Barcelona are looking at a few potential free agent options to reinforce the roster during the summer, according to Sport. Of course, let's talk about Wilfred Ndidi, an option for Barca as per report. One of those players is Wilfred Ndidi that Barca are particularly keen on. The club are closely following the situation of the Leicester City midfielder, whose contract expires at the end of this season. That means Barcelona will be eligible to negotiate with Ndidi for pre-contract agreement after the turn of the year. The Catalans have identified Ndidi as a potential backup to Oriol Romeo, with Xavi lacking another out-and-out pivot midfielder in his ranks at the moment. Ndidi is likely being targeted in order to add more substance in the defensive midfield slot, which has been put under a lot of stress following the summer exit of Sergio Busquets. Although Barcelona are closely monitoring the situation of Ndidi, nothing has advanced as of yet, the report states. Barcelona are yet to reach a consensus between the first team coaches over the possibility of signing Ndidi in 2024 summer. The club must also move on with a lot of time in hand given the delicate economic situation that has crippled Barcelona in the market. Ndidi, for his part, could be ready to take the next step in his career after spending almost 7 years at Leicester with more than 250 competitive appearances for the Foxes. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.